Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to the call tonight. This is the G12 call, the family call, the team call tonight. Yes, I am your host for this evening. My name is Tracy McLaurin, and I am one of the members of G12. Tonight's call is going to be lit on fire. You do not want to miss it. So please drop in our chat group that we're on the call tonight and that everybody should be on our team call tonight. So Chris, can you do that for me, please? Drop in our chat tonight that the call is on and they need to be on. Thank you. This call will be getting started in officially 4 minutes. 4 minutes to count down. I hope everybody had a super fantastic week and a blessed weekend. Yes, we get ready to go into a new week. Yes. Woo, yes, yes. Come on in, G12 family. Welcome to our team call tonight. I'm your host for this evening. My name is Tracy McLaurin. I'm one of the members of G12. Yes, let's pack this call tonight. Come on, let's pack this call. This is our call tonight. Yes, 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 yes. Super excited. Super excited. I don't know about y'all, but I hope y'all all had a fantastic, phenomenal week this week. Woo, come on, y'all. Do y'all remember them times when y'all didn't have no money? Remember them times when y'all couldn't feed your families? Remember them times when you didn't know what to do? Come on, y'all. It's 8 o'clock. 2 more minutes to countdown, and this call will be officially getting started. I don't know about y'all, but I got something to remember the times for, baby. So let's go get our team call started tonight. Yes, yes, Tangi, welcome to the call tonight. Woo! There should be more people on here. I believe I'm saying this right. I hope I'm saying this right. Clarity or Charity, welcome to the call tonight. Welcome, 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 G12. Welcome, G12, to the call tonight. Do y'all remember the times when y'all used to didn't have no money?
It be like that sometimes, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Come on, girl. I had this kicking little mic up in here tonight because we had to remember them times when we ain't had nothing, and now we on to something, little something, something, something.
Yep, that's what we call growth.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Alexa, play. Radio by Michael Jackson on Amazon. Hey, welcome to the call, y'all. I see y'all coming in. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody from the north to the south to the east to the west. This is your girl, Miss Tracy. Yes, Miss Unstoppable. And I'm here tonight to host our team call. It is officially 8:02. I am bringing a little mic up in this building tonight because we need to jumpstart our lives. We need to be ready for this week we about to touch into. So we have to remember them times that we had no money, couldn't get it together, didn't know what to do. So before I go into all the other gushy stuff, Come on off the line, somebody, and tell me what you can remember at one time when you didn't have and now you have. Don't be shy to say it because guess what? God is good.
Oh, yes, Miss Tracy, I got one. So I remember that time that my car had got repoed and I have no idea what I was going to do. I was flipping out. I was a little worried. But then Spirit was like, remember I told you I was going to get you a new car, right? I had to take the one that you had so I can make room, so you can make room for the new one. Well, I got another car and I didn't have to worry about it. I'm like, everything was taken care of. Everything happened the way it needed to. And now we back riding again. So I remember that time.
Can y'all give Tangie some 7 in that check? Because she remember that time when her car got repoed, but it was only moved out the way to get something else. Come on, anybody else want to remember the time when they didn't have and now they got? Come on. Come on. Because I'm being real with y'all tonight. Somebody got to remember the times when you didn't have and you didn't know where you was going to go with this. And then all of a sudden, God said,
I got you, Miss Tracy. Peace and blessings, everybody. How you doing? It's Jay Boss.
Come on.
Well, I remember one time actually, when I was down in Atlanta, matter of fact, had a situation happen. We was out and about, with the crew. Somebody broke into my car, stole all my little stuff, broke into the window. It was a used car. I mean, a rental car. And I was really distraught for a second, but then I got into the point of like just being like I was happy that was where I was at, contrary to what was happening. And then I was worried for a second, but then I stopped worrying. And then, Lord and behold, I was able to get a new rental. I was able to enjoy the rest of my trip. And the rest of my trip was a fabulous trip. Able to have a good time for the rest of the time that I was in Atlanta. So I'm happy and grateful that happened. Not happy and grateful that happened, but I'm happy and grateful that I was able to keep my cool and things transpired in my way.
I'll give J Ball some 7 and a little fire in that chat. Come on now, somebody else, come up the line and tell me what you remember the time when you didn't have and now you got. Come on.
Hi, Miss Tracy. This is Jen. I remember that time at band camp. Just kidding. No, I had lost my job and then I was like 4 payments off from paying off my car. And then I was like, God didn't bring me this far just to let me drown. So it's like, but somebody came through and helped me pay off my car. That's what I got. Bye.
Girl, get Jen some fires up in that chat because she remembered the time when she didn't have and now she got. One more, anybody want to remember the time when they didn't have and now they got today?
Hey, Miss Tracy, this is Chris. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Come on, Chris.
I remember that the time that I didn't have purpose. And now I have found my purpose and my identity. And I'm excited and happy and grateful what God has in store for me.
You know what? I like that, Chris, purpose, because that's what I'm talking about. You remember when you didn't have purpose and now you got purpose. I got one more. Can somebody remember the time where they didn't have and now they got today? One more, come on.
You haven't explained a damn thing. That's the point. You know. Don't come up with me again like this. Really? What the hell is going on here?
All righty. Because one more, I got room for one more to come off of here and tell me what you remember, what you didn't have, and now you got. Come on. One more.
Tore this house apart.
Okay. I'm trying to find out who this person is in the background. Can you please mute your line? I would appreciate it so much. All right, guys, since y'all don't want to talk about what y'all can remember the time for, I can. And I'm going to tell you, because at one point in time, we didn't know how we was going to pay 2 car notes in 1 month, and we didn't have enough money to pay it. So I said to my husband, let me make this real clear. Prayer changes everything. So I went and I prayed about it. And I said to the Lord, I don't know how you're going to make a way. I don't see a way, but you're going to make one. And within, I think about 24 hours later, a way came. So both of those Cardinals got paid that month. So when I say I remember the times when we didn't have, and now we are walking into abundance, that's what I'm talking about. So understand this, we in abundance. But remember when you didn't have. So when you feeling like you down and out, go back to when the times that you didn't have and look at what you got now. Because you need to see how God gave you overflow. So guys, I'm just like, yes, I'm just like having a really, really amazing day. I hope everybody had a blessed week and a blessed weekend. We're gonna get right down to business tonight. I got a couple announcements from the Queen herself. So first and foremost, guys, we want to stay plugged into all of our team calls that comes up every single week. This week, we're in the last week of this month. The last week of this month. Yes, the last week. So we want to stay plugged into our new members calls, our team calls throughout the week, at night. We want to stay plugged into them. Our texts come to our phone from our chair lady. She reminds you of the team calls. If you have not got that information, then I'm going to share it with you tonight of what you need to do, because it's really important that you stay plugged in. It's really important. So what you're going to do is you're going to text G12 to 719-824-1574. That is to remind you of when the team calls is coming on. You can get an alert every time. It's important that you stay plugged in. You know what's going on in our community. Welcome to all the new members that just joined the baddest team in the land. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to all the people that ranked up, put new people in the business, made some money this week, all out the week. Blessings and kudos to you, because it is amazing at what we can do when we put our mind to it. Now, going on to our next messages. Yes. Don't forget, Atlanta. The Atlanta weekend is coming up. Guys, is in Texas. Chad Thompson is having an event this month. Trade Nation, June. ISIS, if it's not June 30th, because you corrected in a group last time. So is the date changed? Because I need to know. So I know it's in Texas, and I think the date has changed. It's not June the 30th, but she will tell you exactly when it is in Trade Nation group. And don't forget, David and Meety's Believe. Yes, the date was changed. Okay, so she'll drop it in the group about the event for June 30th. Believe Nation with David and Meety from July 23rd to the 26th in Orlando. Don't forget that. And guys, I just want to add this. Don't forget that our G12 ladies, Miss Success, Miss Isis, and Miss Dominique will be hosting an event down in Mexico in June. So if you haven't got your ticket, and if you can't go, please support the event by sharing the flyer, posting it around so everybody can see what's going on. So again, it's our own chair lady and Miss Success and Dominique that is doing the event in Mexico. And I believe it's June 19th is when this event is. If it's not, Isis will drop all the information inside the chat so everybody can support it. If you can't, just share the flyer. I'm just being honest, just share it. Just share the flyer. It's important. Guys, don't forget that Believe Nation with David E. Meety, you can go get your tickets at believenation.com. That's important if you want to go to that event. And if you want to say what's on top of everything that he got going on, go to his website and you can find out what's going on. Guys, wow, this lady here, she's a beast. Taco Tuesday, digital currency is going on in Atlanta. It's June 15th. It's cryptocurrency and it's money in minutes, digital investing. It's $10 for admission, and the address is 4717 Jonesboro Road, Forest Park, Georgia, and it's in Atlanta. So you need to be able to go there and support that event if you're in the ATO on June 15th. And yes, Chris is having the event on the 3rd of July. So, and it's all about digital currency and all that has to do with HFX. So if you're interested, get back with Chris, and Chris can give you all the information about that event. You do not want to miss that. Plus on top of that, it's the day before July 4th. So who don't want to make some money on the 3rd? All right, guys. I told y'all all about the calls this week. Support everybody's calls is coming up. Tomorrow, I kick off tomorrow morning with the momentum call. But tonight, we have our chairman call right after this call at 9 p.m. He's going to be, our chairman is Mr. Terry Thompson. If anybody don't know him, Mr. No More 9 to 5. He's a beast in this business and what he's doing. He's a humanitarian. He helps people jump on his call, listen to what he has to say, and hear him with his grateful nuggets. Guys, I'm just blessed. I don't know what to tell y'all. If y'all feeling blessed tonight, drop some 1s and some 12s in the chat tonight, because it is amazing how God can bless you. If you feeling blessed tonight, drop some 1s and some chats in there. Come on, light that chat up. Everybody on this, there should be more people in here. It's 12 people on, 11 people on here. 11 people on this. Come on. Drop some fires in here if you blessed tonight. So I'm going to read our mission statement. First and foremost, y'all know our mission statement is the bomb. It tells everything about where we've been and where we're going. And that is important. But it talks about what we have already
What's up?
created. And that's the important thing. And how I love how the fact it created millionaires. We already spoke that into existence. So our G12 mission statement tonight is to elevate the generational poverty line, starting with the past 12 generations to the present 12 generations to the future 12 generations, which will cause a domino effect of health, wealth, and abundance throughout our bloodline. G12 is here to encourage, empower, enrich one another by investing in our health, wealth, and our spiritual power. G12 goals is to produce 12 top 6 to 7 figure income earners throughout this year. Newsflash, we already done that. We already done produced them. Now we want a 9 and 10, okay? G12 has learned to master the art of trading to create the lifestyles we deserve through self-discipline, sacrifice, repetition. This has been a core key staple for G12 to create our generational wealth poverty line. That's all I'm gonna tell you is we already created them. Let's be real. We already created them. We created them. So it's called next level. So if you already know you going to the next level, then put in the chat next level. Because we already done created them 6 figures and 7 figure earners. Next level. If you already next level. Let's go. Next level. If you know it, next level. If you know it's next level, because we already done bust them out already. We already did. Next level. That's what it is. It's next level. Next level is going on to a 9-figure income earners. Next level. And guess what? We can do this before the end of this year is out. Let's just be real about it. We can do it before the end of this year is out because we already have done it. We already done showed it. We done walked it. We done talked it. We done did the damn thing. That's what we already did. Next level. So ladies and gentlemen, super excited to be able to bring on such an angelic person. Warm spirit, charisma. She got it going on. She know this business 110%. She rocking them hats. She's out there flexing, styling, and profiling in Mexico City. She's an author. Okay, she's an author. She has her own first self-published book. Let me tell y'all, sexy and finances, that's like a whole lot of goodness on the plate. She knows what she's doing. She has a humble spirit, gracious heart. She loves going around and helping the masses. And she's really, really into her self-healing, her self-meditation, and she's all about producing those bags. So, without further ado, I want y'all to put in this chat some fires, the sirens, the alarms in this chat, because I'm about to introduce and bring on to the line, ladies and gentlemen from the north, the south, to the east, to the west. I would like to introduce y'all to the lady we call Miss Isis. Miss Isis Love. Are you on the line, Queen?
Yes, let's give it back to Miss Tracy. Oh my gosh, with the intro, girl, your hair is looking amazing. You was talking, I was like, yes, with the hair. You guys drop some 88s in there for Miss Tracy. Always warming this call up, getting us ready for the week, putting the words out for the week. Such a humble spirit in our community, a humble servant leader. So thank you so much, Miss Tracy. Shout out to all of you guys that decided to get on this call tonight. You know, you guys, you could have been anywhere. You could have been anywhere tonight. You could have been watching Netflix, right? But you decided to hop on this call and invest into your mind, right? To invest into your future. So I'm so super elated, you guys. I think Miss Tracy had asked, the question was, were you grateful that you didn't have, that you did have before? I think it was something like that. And for me, you guys, is, being able to have a home, being able to have a home, because there was a point in time when I didn't. And so just being able to have one, and just being able to have one in the area where I want to have it at is definitely amazing. So I give thanks and praise, every day. So wow, let's talk about it, you guys. This has been a smashing weekend. Had an opportunity to work with children this week, and I'm feeling really good about the progress we are in right now as a community. We have a lot of new members. Shout out to everybody that's just got started and decided to make the decision to not only change your life, but your bloodline's life. We do this call every Sunday faithfully. So if I could be here, you could be here, right? So make sure you check us out every Sunday. But we're going to dive into the lesson today. But before we dive in, I kind of just want to hear from you guys. I don't know. I feel like, this weekend was definitely interesting for me. I literally just put my phone down and just got lost into doing nothing. Right? And it felt amazing. But I felt this during my silence, though. During my silence and not really being on social media and stuff. I feel like this last, because we're almost in June, right? So we got this last 60-day stretch, y'all. We got this last 60-day stretch. Because remember, we set out for 90 days to be in our best physical health. So ask yourself, have you been going to the gym? Have you been sticking to what you say you're going to do? Have you been doing your yoga? Have you been stretching? Have you been eating the stuff that you say you was going to eat, right? Have you been hitting your fitness goal? Because remember, we want to make a transformation this next 90 days. A quantum leap is going to be happening through our community. It's already happening, right? So you want to hop into the vortex of this energy that's been circulating through our community by staying focused on your goals, right? Remember, we wanted to stay deep into our mindset. That's why we're going to be talking about the 4 agreements tonight. Have you been listening to the 4 agreements, the third one for the week? Have you been playing it? Have you been sticking to your word? You guys, we got 60 days. I like to almost say it's kind of like halftime, right? I kind of like to say it's almost like halftime because it's that in between June and then the last month is showtime. So where are you at? Like, where are you at these 60 days, right? Left into the year. We know we have the, and shout out to anybody that joined like April 23rd to now. Each one of you guys are invited to come out here to Mexico August 5th through the 9th, right? Because 70% of when you join, 70% of your money went into coming out here, right? And we know everybody else. The main reason is all we see is Platinum 1000, so that we can be here, all played, and included things, included excursions. We actually have a Platinum 600 about to pop this week, you guys, right? So you got 60 days to hit Platinum 1000. If you haven't hit P1 or a free membership or that, you still have time. We have a whole 60 days. Now, before we get into tonight's full agreement, let's talk about evaluation. Let's talk about halftime. Let's talk about, let's have an open discussion on where you are right now in these last 60 days to August. Because in August, we're going to already be at that total body transformation, right? And then I'm going to give you guys some things that we can take into this halftime. Because right now during this halftime, you guys, there's going to be, you know, they said a habit is 30 days, right? So you already went through this 30-day cycle of like breaking habits and stuff, right? But when you get to that halftime, you have to recharge. You have to kind of store yourself for what's about to come the next 60 days, because there's going to be stuff that's going to try to stop you. There's going to be habits and things you're going to want to try to go back to. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to really be focused. If you said you joined this academy and that you want to leave your job or you want to bring extra money into your house, you have to ask yourself, have you really been studying these last 30 days? So really quick, I kind of just want to open the line up. I want to hear about how was your last 30 days been of whatever goals you set out to hit. And so what were your goals, some of them? How have they been transpiring? And what is your outlook for the next 60? Does anybody have that laid out?
Hey, Coach. This is Tangi. So I think you said my last 30 days. So my last 30 days, to me at first, I felt like they were kind of slow. But since I really have been working on focusing and like really pushing myself, I feel like things are starting to speed up with me. My goal at the beginning of the 30 days was to talk to at least 5 people a day, because one of my biggest challenges is just talking to people. Talking to people that I don't know. I'll put it like that. My biggest challenge was talking to people that I don't know. But the more and more I do it, the more and more it's becoming, kind of the thing that I do. And my outlook for the next 60 days is to just talk to more people. 5 a day, then we're going to increase it to 10 a day. And my whole goal is not about getting people to sign up or getting people to follow me in business. It's really just about exposing people and getting them to, just to know that, hey, you have options out here besides having to go clock in for someone else, having to go do whatever that job is that you don't want to do, whether you're a business, you're self-employed or whatever the case is. Like, there's other opportunities. And even for the people that have their stuff all set up and they feel like they don't need no more money, just letting them know, hey, you can invest and still make money, and it doesn't require you to have to really do a lot. All you got to do is just pick a stock, pick a crypto, and let it grow. So just really working to open people's eyes to the endless opportunities that's out here in the world. And last of all, my last 30 days has basically been about just really like combing over myself and really working on my own personal flaws. And I think the biggest thing that I found out that I didn't give myself permission to be successful. It's just kind of like, oh, you jump into it and you think, oh, okay, this is going to be easy. But you start to figure out that hard work is not a game. So just really giving myself permission to say, hey, you know what? I can do this. Giving myself the permission to be great, to work in my purpose, to just really enjoy the journey has been a big thing for me over the last 30.
Yes. Can we drop some 77s in the chat bar just for her being vulnerable and transparent to share what her 30 days has been and what her outlook is? Drop some 77s. That's so powerful, Tangi. And girl, it's been, you said it's been slow, but you've done a lot of different things. You had your first event, you had your first event. Yes, it went virtual, but you still put it together, you still put it out there. So definitely, I'm glad that you gave yourself permission to step into your success, because we're all worthy of that. And it's something I want to read that Chad posted. Chad, our mentor, for you guys who don't know, he posted today. Hold on. He said, here we go. Obedience is our job, right? So asking when will it happen is a little rude to God. Determine that I guess the success, determine that, don't be rude. Asking, are we there yet? Just don't work, right? So basically he's saying, we always want it now. We want it now. We want the 7 figures now. Everybody when people, first thing people ask when they get started. What's the first thing people ask when they get started, y'all?
How much money have you made in this business?
How much money have you made, and when can I start making money? Right? But sometimes some of y'all not even ready for that amount of money that you're ready to start making. Right? So you have to be obedient, because God has to take you through some things to strengthen you, to get you to that next level that you're asking for. I'm asking for 500 total individuals in the next 60 days. That's going to take some systems. That's going to take some stuff laid out. It's going to take certain things. So when you're asking for this stuff, know that sometimes you're not really ready to receive it. You want $600 a month, but are you going to be able to, do you get on the calls? Are you going to be able to, walk people through when it's time for them to get signed up? Are you going to be able to check on them, walk them through the weeks, making sure they know how to place a trade? Right? So there's certain things you have to ask yourself. You got to become a certain person, you guys. One thing I learned, and I think this is why I've been doing it for so long, I've experienced all type of stuff in this business and in my personal life that would have made somebody already want to quit, right? But I feel, and yeah, thank you, Dominique. Y'all take y'all camera off. Let me see y'all beautiful face. I miss y'all. I haven't been in the chat, right? Look, can I see y'all beautiful face, right? So what I had to realize is that I had to be a certain type of person. I had to experience certain things. How dare I question, the plan that's already laid out, right? And I think that's the beautiful thing about it. Wanting something that y'all ever like wanted something and it was like you couldn't get it and it made you want it even more, right? So look at Dominique, was like, yeah, anybody else, Tangi? Okay, right? You just wanted it so bad, but you couldn't get it, but the thought that you couldn't get it makes you want to get it even more. And that's how it has to be with your goals, right? That's how it has to be with that brand new car that you see yourself in, that brand new house that you see yourself in. What is that going to take, right? It's going to take you developing yourself more, right? It's going to take you being more disciplined, in the charts, more disciplined, speaking with people daily, right? And it's going to take time, you guys. A lot of times people like to look on the outside of what somebody has did. They look at the outside of the sex. Oh man, they're already here. Oh man, they're already doing that. But do you know the sweat, the tears, the long nights, the times in the hospital, the everything that gets to that? See, when you start going through stuff like that, you start to respect the journey a little different, right? So you always want to be obedient. Don't rush this. That's why we say give it 18 months. Give it 18 months. So many people get started and they quit in the next day, the next 72 hours, the next month. Somebody activated this old chat of people I was with when I first joined. I said, damn, out of all of these people, everybody gone. The only one still standing, right? And I say this to say you continue to stay obedient through the pain. Somebody put on their page, when you go through stuff, the wounds hurt, but healing hurts even more, right? It hurts even more. So what we're going through right now is growing pains. I think Tanshi hit me up. She was like, Coach, y'all won't lying. Like, this stuff hurt. I said, I know. I said, keep going. It's going to hurt. It's not going to be cute. It's not going to be cute at all, y'all, but just stay obedient. So anybody else want to share, how the 30 days, like what goals did you set out? Any challenges you've been facing? Like, let's conversate. Who's next?
I'll go. Hi, everybody. It's Dominique. So the first thing that I did for my 30-day goal into this 90-day challenge for myself was set a schedule for myself, starting with working out. That was the first thing I did because I feel like it's easy to fall into a routine of working out because okay, if I feel my body sore, that means I need to go stretch it out. So that was the first thing I did. The second thing I did was open up my mind to understanding myself and where I was at in that time in my life. I did a lot of self-reflection. I did a lot of mental exercises for myself to try to just open up my third eye a little bit more and to kind of literally create in the energy I was in at that time. Because a lot of the times we see our goals and we have them all planned out for a long time ahead, but we're too focused on what we want and where we are. And in order to get to what we want, we have to grow. So I wanted to make sure that I was consistently growing while working towards those goals. And in doing that, I had to be mentally conscious of who I was and where I was in that time and where I wanted to be by the next 90 days. So it was really spiritual for me at first. Once I had an understanding of the spiritual, and I got some confidence there, it allowed me to then go forward and move more in the business, learning more, opening up myself to different things that I want to learn about the business, different places that I want to be in the business, how to properly speak to somebody, how to hold a conversation and actually keep them interested in what it is I'm talking about. So all that came from the confidence that I built in mentally preparing, growing, learning myself.
But where do you see your 90-day? Where did you say you see your next 60 days?
Well, in the next 60 days, I will be a P1000. And shout out to y'all. I know y'all believe it because it's going to happen for a couple of y'all too. So I will be at that rank. And not only that, but I'll have a level of freedom that I did not have before, a level of confidence that I did not have before, a following of people. I plan to touch more people in the next 90 days than I've touched ever before. Setting out a goal for a business plan and a side business. I don't want to bring too much on it, but to include some of the ladies on this line. There's just been so many different things that we've been working on behind the scenes to build a better brand. So in the next 90 days, I will be a better brand of Dominique, and that is my goal.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Can we drop some 33s in the chat bar? Drop some 33s, drop some 33s, just being transparent, letting us know what your 90 goals are and what you have went through. And that's, y'all, watch out. Dominique ain't playing in that gym. Every time I open up my timeline, she in that gym, y'all. She sticking to our goals. She making sure we know, like, look, I ain't playing, and I love it, right? Like, let us know. Let us hold you accountable. Put it out there, right? Because here's one thing for sure. What you do in private will always show in public. So if you say you're doing all of this, by default, it has to show in private. I mean, public, it has to, right? So yeah, she's definitely getting it in. I love it. I love it. I love it. Gonna be out here like body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Ain't playing with her, right? So that's amazing. That's amazing. Before we got about room for about one more. Any other person want to share?
I will go.
Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Okay,
so I'm a little behind schedule with meeting my income goal, but God had slowed me down a little bit. I kind of had a hard time dealing with rejection in a way. All of my customers quit on me, so I was like freaking out a little bit. But I kind of remember don't want to take anything down personal. I regrouped. It's kind of a freshman now, so I'm getting back to my roots. Strengthening them in a way. I was so focused on HFX, I forgot that there are other things that are going to get me to the income goal, which is 50K. So I'm focusing all them things, and I'm sacrificing more, so I could be available and be able to teach everyone, and hopefully I can use my experiences so everybody can eat. So
let's go. Let's go. Drop some 11-11s. Yes, Chris. Yes. I congratulate you on that first customer doing what they did, right? Because all it's going to do is it's going to make you tougher. It's going to make you stronger. And I'm glad that you're able to refer back to one of the agreements, not taking it personally, knowing that they got nothing to do with you. Whoever leaves, they leave. That's the attitude I've been having since 2017. Because at the end of the day, I know what I'm going to do, right? I know what my goals are. So I'm glad that you're able to experience that. I'm glad you are also able to say that there's more money. There's so much money to be made in this that there's not one way that you're going to just get that money. You can get that money from Forex. You can get that money from building the business. You can get that money for doing an ebook or anything, right? Never limit yourself to know that whatever amount of income you want, you can get. And I will also say, like, a goal is not something that's going to be definitely hit on that day. A goal is just a focus point. It's just okay, in the next 90 days, I want to be here, but you never want to get too attached to the timing, because you can set a goal for the next 90 days and it may not hit to 6 months, right? It may not hit to 100 days, right? So the goal is to have a focal point, to stay focused, right? So we're going to go ahead and dive in. And I also will say, like, once, just to piggyback off of Chris, like, I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that definitely has happened, because I mean, there'll be times where 40, 50 people leave, 30 people leave. And so when you're running something and you have other people that believe in themselves, it's like you can't even really slow down so much, because you have all of these people counting on you to keep going further. So this was good, practice work for you. So let's go ahead and dive in, you guys. We got about 15 more minutes, and we're going to talk about, if you guys don't know, we've been reading the 4 agreements. Ayana, shout out to Ayana. She just got her new Airbnb. And when she got in there, guess what book was just left in the Airbnb? The 4 agreements. Now, out of all books, she's going to have that 4 agreement book just sitting there, right? So if you guys are new to the book, or you just refuse to, like, read it and you just want to wait till you hop on the Sunday call to get all the nuggets, I urge you to go ahead and listen to that book on your own, right? You can go right on Google. I mean, Tangi dropped the PDF. Maybe she could drop it again. If you're an audio person, you literally can go to YouTube and type in, like, 4 agreements, agreement 4, because that's going to be the next agreement, right? So let's dive into it. Don't make assumptions. That's the 3rd agreement. Never make assumptions. What does that mean to you guys? Like, to not make assumptions. Somebody come off mute. What does that mean?
I would say do not overthink or guess things. For example, if you assuming something, it would be like, hold on. I lost my train of thought. I'm guessing that something is going to happen before it happens. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Assuming that something's going to happen before it doesn't. But let's not get it confused with manifestation, which is already seeing something before it happens, right? Assumption puts you in an anxious type of place, right? Have you ever assumed something and it made you feel uneasy? If that happened to you, drop a 55 in the chat bar. If you ever assumed something and you created a whole scenario and you just start feeling anxious, you start feeling weary, you start feeling doubtful. If that happened to you, drop a 55. All right, drop a 55. So, and you could tell the difference. You could tell the difference in, manifesting and visualizing and assuming, 2 different things. So I looked at the word online. It says we should not assume that others know what we think or what we want, and vice versa. And that's the same thing. It goes with everything. It goes with your relating with your partner. Nobody can read your mind. You got to communicate in what you want, right? And you have to ask them what they want. Same thing with your children, right? You know, kids, they do it a lot. They'll whine, or they'll, you know, like nag, but they won't really sometimes tell you what they want. They want to go to sleep. They want this, they want that, right? So basically, you guys, let me finish reading it real quick. It says we should communicate our needs and our feelings clearly. So what do you need? Right? What do you need within this journey to be successful? How can I help you go to the next level? Right? Communicate your needs, right? Not assuming that somebody's supposed to do something, right? Like somebody's supposed to know, right? Because sometimes people got their own life going on. They just can't think about like what's going on with you, right? So you gotta sometimes communicate, right? It said we should ask questions instead of jumping to conclusions when thinking about behaviors of others. You guys, when I discovered the art and still discovering the art of not not making assumptions, it puts you at ease. Because when you're always wondering and thinking about something, you're putting your body at a status of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a heightened state, right? You're just always like heightened. But when you sit back and you communicate and you ask and you find out, it puts you in a place of clarity, and clarity leads to power. So does anybody kind of want to share? Anybody took any notes from the not make assumptions? Have you experienced anything this week where you had to stop yourself and be like, hold on, I don't want to assume that? Anybody want to share? Let's see if somebody can share who hasn't shared.
Well, as soon as I put my hand up, you said it. Now I won't share no more because I didn't talk.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, so this chapter, it makes me think about perception and reality. A lot of the times we live in a state of perception, and that's why we are so heightened on those emotions and always, having these misconceptions that something is going on that is not. You know what I'm saying? Like, versus just properly communicating. I think that once we step out of perception and actually ask the questions what will put us into reality is how we are able to learn and grow from those experiences. So for me, I had assumed that somebody I was speaking to was purposely just not returning my calls because of something I said. And lo and behold, they had lost their phone. And I had made up this whole scenario. I mean, y'all, I had down to the T, the time. I just knew that I knew this person, and I was about to go off on this person because I'm like, I know they see me calling them. And if you know me, if I call you, I'm gonna call you again just to make sure like you don't see me calling you. I don't care what you call me crazy, I do it. So I felt this way. And then immediately I sat back and was like, you're about to pop off for no reason. And that's why they be like, why are you always popping off? And you be like, I'm not popping off, I'm passionate. It's a lie. You do be popping off. You be popping off because you be passionate about stuff that you done made up that ain't even true. So I took a step back and realized I was doing it again. Oh, that's my granny in the back. So don't just disregard granny. So no, you're fine, granny. It's cool. So the point is that I had to take a step back, and then when they called me, they were like, "Oh my god!" And then versus me being mad, I was like, "Oh no, you lost your phone. That is terrible. I knew something was going on because it's not like you not to answer my phone calls because you know I'm crazy." So it ended up working out for me. So that's all I wanted to say. Y'all have a good day.
Wow. I'm laughing because I had similar stuff happen. And how did it make you feel when you were sitting down there, mapping it out, doing the time? Were you in the status of like, not being able to focus on anything else because you were so involved with that scenario?
Y'all, listen. Isis is laughing because I probably done something like that to her personally. It was probably me that put her in that situation because I'm telling you, I'm crazy to everybody. It don't matter who you are. I'm still the same way. I know you see me calling you. Now, the FaceTime you, this is a voice note, it's a text message. I'm going to need for you to act like you see your phone ringing. It could be emergency. I don't know why I'm this dramatic. God made me this way. Y'all just going to have to accept it. But I'm always in the state of like panic because it's such an exhausting feeling to be like that all the time. And that is one of the things I was talking about, how I've taken a step back and try to really analyze myself to figure out how do I want to evolve as a person. And as a person, I don't want to be in that state of worry all the time, worrying, okay, damn, did I offend somebody? Oh, I need to watch my mouth. This is why I need to watch my mouth, because they probably mad because I done offended them by saying something that I really didn't mean and they took it the wrong way. And lo and behold, they don't even care nothing about what I said. I done made all of that up and given myself a complex about my speech and how I talk to people, making it seem like I'm always talking to somebody wrong, when half the time it's my own self telling myself I might have offended somebody and I haven't. So it really made me take a step back and stop living in perception and live in reality, because a lot of the times the stress I cause myself is self-inflicted and unnecessary.
Powerful observation, powerful awareness of self. And that's personal development, right? That's personal development, developing yourself, being aware of, how you're acting or how you're reacting, right? That's powerful. And that's where the work comes in. And is it too late for somebody to join? No, they can still join the call. Yeah, you could invite them. They definitely should be here for sure. Yeah, that was powerful, Dominique. That was definitely powerful. Does anybody else? She says she's waiting. I don't see her in the waiting room. Tell her to click the link again. I don't see her in the waiting room. Anybody else want to share an assumption moment they had? Think of one real quick. I know somebody had one. Look at Jen over there, like. Anybody want to share? Or any notes? Like, what did you take from this chapter? What have you learned?
I would say I would say I lose patience, kind of. I kind of mix up scenarios, and I'd be like, I know this person ain't over here ignoring me, and going through the motions of that. So I'm trying. Now I am controlling my emotions better, but I still need some practice and guidance on that part. So
amazing. And then when you go through that time of like, I wonder if they're ignoring me, see if you could stick a affirmation there or a mantra, like transmute it, and instead of having that thought, put it into something else. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm so happy and grateful the right people are replying back to me when I hit them up. Just something that's going to rewire that. So when you have that moment, you can go ahead and turn around and transmute and transform it. I'm over here really thinking about this week because I had such a chill week that I didn't even think of anything I made an assumption of over the week. But baby, I have had my times where I have went down the rabbit hole, and it takes so much time and so much energy. You could be focusing on your goals, you could be focusing on studying on the academy, but yet you sit back on the bed thinking, why this person not answering the phone, or why they not home yet, right? Or why they not over here yet, right? Or just anything, right? And it's like, okay, well, maybe it was traffic, or maybe this, right? So you guys, once we can continue to slowly, this is a slow progress, you guys. It takes time. Some things you're able to like knock out, and sometimes you got to catch yourself like you guys have been catching yourself. So we literally have about 3 more minutes, you guys. Does anybody, this makes me think, did anybody really take the time to listen to the chapter, to read the chapter? Because this is for you to develop your mind. I think one thing, since we haven't really been taught what personal development is, I think that people are still learning what that even means, right? Because we never had we had math, we had science, we had social studies, but we ain't never had no personal development. What does that even mean? And so sometimes we get so caught up in wanting to make the money from trading, want to build the business. But you got to ask yourself, how are you working on your mind? Right, daily, because I'm telling you guys, your mind will take you out. I mean, you'll start off like a firecracker, and if you haven't worked on your mind, when life come with them blows, bop, 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 it's just gonna be like, but you got to be able to, that's that working on that mindset. When you work on your mindset, you be like, hold on now, am I making assumptions? wait a minute, something else might be wrong with this person. Shh, right? So instead of Dominique getting punched left and right, now she got punched a little bit at first. The first round, you know, they was you know what I'm saying? But that second round came around and she like, wait a minute, my head's in the game. Hold on now, wait a minute. It could be something totally, they're gonna hit me up, right? She's starting to soften up. Second round, she started to get focused, right? That negative energy wanted to come, she swung and ducked, you get what I'm saying? Right, and then boom, they called her and it was like, whatever they said. So that's how it has to be in life, you guys. You got to be able to battle those negative thoughts. You got to be able to battle because there's so many people then already then let life take them out. That's probably why they're not on this call right now. And instead of getting on these calls, we need these calls for our mind, y'all. You need these calls because it may be something that just spark inside of you. So really quick, we got 1 minute. Anybody else want to share?
Hey, Coach. Yeah, I want to share. So I find it funny because at the beginning of the call, Miss Tracy was like, you know, it was like, remember them times when, you know, ... And I just remember the time when I used to assume, like, when I tell you assuming forget my language, I'm saying it now, but when I tell you assuming had me batshit crazy, like, I mean, some of the craziest things would pop into my head about, you know, if I was in a relationship or if I was doing something right, you know, all of those issues and everything that I was dealing with was all happening in my head at the same time. But once I learned.
Tangie, you're muted. Come back.
Oh, thank you, Jen. You saved my life. I'm sorry. When I realized that, you know, I was assuming, and I realized, you know what, girl, you got to get a grip. Like, you don't know what another person is doing, and you don't know what another person is thinking or feeling, but you do know what you think, how you feel, and what you're doing. So let's just focus on ourselves. If you call your boyfriend or whoever you're talking to at the time, and they don't pick up for hours or whatever, don't assume, oh, he must be out there talking to somebody else. I don't know why they're not picking up the phone. Like, that stuff will have you just running crazy in circles. But one thing that I realized about assuming is when you learn not to assume, you gain patience and you gain understanding, and you find yourself asking why. Like, I wonder why they didn't pick up the phone. So you start to care. You say, hey, I know that you're not picking up the phone. I hope everything is okay. Call me when you get a chance or text me whenever you have time. And then you'll get surprised because that person will come and say, hey, yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't ignoring you at all. I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff. And all of a sudden, now you got this whole full-fledged conversation. So when reading and listening to the audiobook, it just really took me back to how I used to be. And it made me more grateful for the fact that I'm able to communicate. The only thing that I would say about not assuming is that I find myself always asking questions. And some people don't like that. They be like, you should know this already, or we already talked about that. I tend to over clarify just to make sure I understand where the other person is and make sure I have it right in my head. But other than that, not assuming is great.
I'm sorry. I just want to say that she is so right, because when you do that and you go crazy thinking to yourself, what the hell? And then when you sit back and you let it happen, and then you're like, okay, I'm glad I didn't say nothing, because I would have went all the way left on you and it wasn't even necessary.
Yes, she said all the way left, to the left with a Beyonce on her, right? Yes. Oh my God, I have had those crazy situations in those relationships. Why nobody answer the phone, baby? That will take you there. And see, here's the thing about assumptions. When you assume the worst, you create it. You create it. Oh man, I'm nervous. I might get sick. Oh shoot, my throat hurt a little bit. Do I got COVID? Like, or do I got the flu? Or am I dying? Or, you know, do I got a migraine happening? Or like, you just, whatever it is, like, are they out talking to somebody else? You start to create it, right? With your thoughts, you start to create situations with your thoughts because you are assuming, ladies and gentlemen. So check this out, you guys. We got 3 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and end this call because we got Chad's call coming up at 9. Check this out before we go, you guys. It's very, very, very important. If you can hear my voice real quick, if y'all can make a commitment, right? Now we got some new people on here, but I see my warriors that's always on the call, right? But if you knew and you know you haven't really been getting on some calls, if you could just make a commitment that you gonna give it your all when you can. I know we got work, we got kids, but don't be at home watching Netflix when you know there's a call. When you know that you can hop in, because you guys, I'll be at a restaurant. My phone be propped up. Somebody did a momentum call. I was at a restaurant. I think Chris was doing the HFX. I'm at the restaurant, earbuds in, right? So if I can make the calls, and I make about 95% of the calls, even the ones I don't even teach, you can make the calls. And I'm doing a lot of freaking things. I may not have a 9 to 5, but entrepreneurs do more than the average 9 to 5 person, right? Way more, right? So make a goal that you're going to be on all of these calls so that you can really prepare your mind, body, and soul for this next 60-day transformation. Program the calls in your phone. That way you're going to be a boss and your phone's going to tell you what to do. If somebody could just drop Chad's link in the group. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Never let anybody tell you that you can't do anything. You can do anything you put your mind to. We the baddest thing walking, the baddest thing talking, and ain't nobody gonna stop us, y'all. Peace and love.